Oh, my darling, I can't get enough of Trai Turner, babe. That's right. It's a new era. It's a new dawn in Carolina, and they're basically open to giving away everyone not named Christian McCaffrey under Matt Rule's rule. Cool. So reports coming down the pipeline on Monday that Pro Bowl guard Trai Turner is available via trade, and just like every single player that is available in trade or a free agent or in the draft, we gotta be like, should the Vikings pick him up? Well, yeah. Of course they should. So some background on Turner. 26 years old, former third-round pick, number 92 overall in 2014 out of LSU. 6 years in the league, all with the Panthers. Five-time Pro Bowler, 5 straight years Pro Bowler. Now, yeah, a couple of those years, reputation certainly precedes him. We know that the Pro Bowl is not perfect, but still, it's clear that he has played at the top of the food chain at a very high level at guard, and has been pretty decent for the last couple of years. Had a down year last year, but we'll get to that. Signed a 4-year, $45 million extension back in the day, back in 2017, making him the highest paid guard in NFL history at the time. Has since been leapfrogged a couple times, but you know what you do. Past 2 years, he's been limited to 13 games apiece due to injury, and his game has popped back. He has regressed. Now, could be correlated with the downfall of Cam Newton 2 years ago, as well as Kyle frickin' Allen. So that could be part of it, sure. But also he allowed 30 pressures and 6 sacks, which is a career high in 2019. Now again, sometimes pressures and sacks can be misleading. I mean, there's sometimes where it's clear that it's on the quarterback and not so much the offensive lineman, but the offensive lineman does get dinged. Still pretty imperfect in that spot. So part of it could be Kyle Allen, but yeah, by all accounts, Trai Turner had a down year last year. Still made the Pro Bowl, but that is how it goes. But it is clear that even though he's not the top tier guard that he once was, he's still pretty damn high. Even though PFF Vikings, their account pointed this out, that he would have been the 4th highest graded offensive lineman on the Vikings last year, which off the top of my head, probably behind Reef and Bradbury and Klein and O'Neal. It's probably the 4. Whatever, I can't count. Due to a big signing bonus and a restructure, he is due to count $12.805 million versus the Panthers' 2020 cap with $9.593 million dead. So the fact that this is leaking out, that they're open for business, means that they're done. Like, they're fine eating that cap number, which they do have to eat whether they cut him or whether they trade him. And the Vikings would only have to take on $8.5 million of his base salary against the 2020 cap. Carolina would eat his prorated signing bonus as well as the contract restructure that he had in 2019. So the Vikings, it's like, how the Vikings come up with that cap space? Well, you cut Xavier, boom, there it is. Or you cut or restructure Reef, or you cut Linval Joseph, boom, there's all the cap. That's why hashtag cap is myth, because there's always money in the banana stand if you want it to be there. So one problem, Trai Turner, he's only played right guard in the NFL. Now, he's played right guard phenomenally well, sure, but also Josh Klein, free agent from Tennessee, played pretty damn good right guard for the Vikings last year. Now, although if you go back, Josh Klein did play some left guard for the Patriots early years when he was in the league, both 2014 and 2015. But again, do we want a Brandon Fusco situation? Flip flop, snip snap, snip snap? Not so much. So even though it's not an ideal fit, I would much rather have Klein or Turner switching positions than running it back with Pat Elflein. But that's a pretty easy decision right there. Now we get into the cost. Like, what's it going to take? Panthers are clearly sellers here. They're clearly in a reboot, if not a rebuild, in this spot under Matt Rule. And I think he'll have a decent, probably not a huge market, given the way that he's played the last 2 years, even though reputation is preceding himself, as well as a contract that they would have to take on. But also, the Panthers don't have leverage in this spot, as they are saying, hey, we are open for business here. It's much different than, all right, so say the Vikings, say a team approached the Vikings about trading Danielle Hunter, and the Vikings' asking price will be 4 first-round picks. But say the Vikings were trying to trade Danielle Hunter, do you think that they can get 4 first-round picks as the asking price? No, because it's all about who asks first, and the Panthers are clearly asking first, so they don't have as much leverage as you would necessarily want in a trade negotiation. Also, the fact that they're willing to trade him and just eat that $9.5 million means that I don't think that they're above cutting him, just to save $3 million in cap space and just move on and get some reps for some young interior offensive lineman jabroni. So, would they take one of the Vikings' extra 4th round picks? Would that get it done? It might. And it would certainly be worth it at that point. Or do you just completely call the Panthers bluff and wait until they cut him and then sign him for whatever the market bears out? Probably would be less than that $8.5 million, given the way they've played the last couple of years. I don't know. But bottom line, the Vikings, if they want to, they can bring on this contract. They can shift some things around. They can restructure. They make some cuts. Ideally, Turner would restructure or take a pay cut as well, because his 2021 numbers are less than ideal. But again, CBA, salary cap going up, deal with it when you get to that point. And if they can do it for, say, a max 4th-round pick, I mean, I would take a shot at it. Because what you have, 26-year-old, 5-time straight Pro Bowler, who could possibly do with a change of scenery, and is that straight-up nasty mauler enforcer type guard that this team has been missing since Steve Hutchinson. So, is that worth a 4th-round pick and then shuffling around some salary cap numbers? Yeah, it certainly is. But what are your thoughts? Let us know about the Vikings trading for Trai Turner. Let us know in the comments section below. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time, Skull, production value.